Hello, everybody. It's the Tangled Wires Christmas special. Pull up your seat, get a stocking, light up the fireplace, get some hot chocolate. Welcome to the holiday special, where we're going to talk a lot about Christmas. I love Christmas. I'm in a very festive mood this year, and I'm going to fade out the music now. Hello, I'm Vino. I am a writer and also content creator.
Yeah, no, he's full of shit. He's not Vino. He's dead fucking wrong. Did you guys catch that shit a second ago? He said, take down a stocking. Like, pull up a chair. You don't take stockings down from the fireplace.
You do when you take them down to get into that, you know.
But Vino, it's not Christmas yet. You can't be taking down the stockings.
Well, everyone, it's like we're like the present you open before Christmas. Like your mom, your dad, they give you like, okay, you can open one present before Christmas. Choose wisely. Like this is that present.
Cool, but it's December 2nd.
They don't need to know that. It's December 16th for them.
Right, okay. Even then, it's like, I don't know. For me, it's like, if you're going to be opening presents before Christmas, okay, Christmas Eve, all right. But, like, if you're going to do it before that, it's like, it kind of seems like you just don't have any self-control, in my professional opinion.
No, I don't. So I'm okay with this.
You're okay with my point of view or this philosophy?
Opening early.
Okay.
I never did, but I understand. Well, that's a half lie because in my dad's side of the family, which is Mexican, we open usually at like 9 p.m. on Christmas Eve because we kind of celebrate it on Christmas Eve rather than Christmas, at least for that side of the family, because that's just a Mexican thing. I don't know why, but so I usually have like two Christmases. So, like they always, I don't know, like my dad's side of the family, they think I'm like a skater kid, and like I don't know why. Like they always give me like things to give like a guy like that, like fucking like those like logo shirts or like torn jeans. I'm like, I don't even wear jeans, let alone torn jeans.
Because like, you enjoy Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
Maybe.
That's all they got. That's all they got to go off.
It's just like the last year they just gave me a Visa gift card. I'm like, cool. I honestly don't remember it. I think I actually bought a show with it, ironically enough.
Yeah. So, like, with my family, it's interesting because we also have multiple celebrations. Like, I got, like, one on Christmas Eve, one on Christmas Day, and then still further, we usually have another one on New Year's Eve because we have, like, different sections of the family that will come over. And so it's kind of cool, I guess. But as far as, like, I mean, when you're, like, our age, like, it starts to become more about giving gifts than it does about like receiving them. So like if I get any presents, it's usually like, okay, here's a gift card, here's another gift card. Yeah. It's nothing really that special. We're kind of like at the point where giving a gift kind of starts to become the special part of it. At least that's how I kind of look at it when you're like in like your 20s and you're not really a kid anymore.
The worst part of growing up.
I'd say it's actually really cool to give gifts. I like doing that a lot. It kind of feels it's a different kind of warmth that you feel when you give a gift to someone, even if you don't have much to show for it. Like as far as after the fact, it's still really cool. Just the feeling you get in the moment from it. So it's like, it's ups and it's downs.
I'm like right in the middle of both those philosophies. Like I like giving and I like getting. I'm the communist Christmas.
I wasn't expecting that.
So I guess on the topic of gifts, do you guys have like a standout gift like you remember getting like as a kid or growing up or even like modern or just like it just stuck with you?
Let me think here. This is one of those things where it's like I know I did, but like I'm on the fucking spot.
If you need time to think, I can go if you need time to think.
Yeah, go on.
So mine that I vividly remember was Nintendo DS, like the fat gray one when like it came out. Like that was like the only thing I wanted when I was a kid because I was a Nintendo fanboy. I said like I'm not. I still am. Like I was super excited and like even though like I think the only launch game was like Super Mario 64 like DS, so it was a good game, but I played that DS for like so much. We only had like a few games on it. Like it just stuck with me because like I spent so much time with DS, and like to this day, the DS is like one of my favorite consoles.
Yeah, it's really good. Which game did you start with?
I had a Super Mario 64 DS, which is like the remake with like the Mario, Luigi, and Yoshi included, and Mario.
Yeah.
That was fun, and then eventually Pokemon when that came out, which that was when I was like in my biggest like Pokemon phase, was doing like the DS era, Generation 4.
Yeah, I would have loved that shit as a kid. But like, what I started out on my DS, what I started out with was Nintendogs. And
Yeah, I love dogs.
it is a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. Of course, I look back at the game in hindsight, and I'm like, it really wasn't all that much. But as like a kid, like I'm like 12, 13 years old, I'm like, oh boy, I get to like take care of a dog without having to actually take care of a dog. It's great.
Okay, I remember like because when I was young, my family didn't have like pets, didn't have dogs, and I always really wanted a dog, but we could never get one. So I was like, Nintendo was like the next best thing for me. So I was like, oh, I can have all the dogs I want now.
Aww.
That's cute.
I was kind of in a similar boat, funnily enough. I didn't get my first dog till I was a lot older, so that was kind of like my placeholder of. Was that like the target demographic for Nintendo?
Well, I feel like it probably was. Yeah, like it makes sense. Because if you wanted a certain breed, you had to get like it was like fucking Pokemon. If you wanted to get them all, you had to buy different copies.
And you could decorate the dogs with like Christmas hats, like Santa hats and that kind of stuff. So we can tie this back to the fucking Christmas thing.
Well, but I'm trying to think of like a Christmas that I really remember. The one that stands out to me was the year that I got Smash Brothers Melee.
Ooh.
Like, I spent so much time on that game. I remember I got Smash Brothers Melee, and they also bought me this. It was a Hobbit cartoon movie, which was awful. It was funny at how terrible it was. So I like watched the movie and then just played Smash almost nonstop. It was freaking amazing. But there's another Christmas I remember. I think this was a Christmas present. I might be getting this wrong, actually. It could have been a present for either my birthday or some other time, and I think it was Christmas. I played snare drum in band class for high school. And I kind of had like a casual interest in it. I've always enjoyed playing instruments like piano or drums, but I never got super invested in it. It's just something I kind of like to do to relax more than anything else. But my parents thought that I was super interested in playing drums, and they bought me a drum set. And I didn't know how to tell them that I didn't want it, because I couldn't do that. I knew they spent a lot of money on it, and it was really nice that they had gotten it for me. But I just had no desire to play it at all. And I couldn't tell them that, so I said thank you. But they kind of figured it out after a few years when I never touched it. It just wasn't for me.
Dang. Because, like, when you're dealing with something like a drum set, those things are fucking expensive. And that's like, it's like if they get you, like for me, I think at one point my parents got me like a portable easel or whatever for painting, and I wasn't really into traditional media at the time. And I didn't wind up using it, but that's like what, like maybe, $50, $100 max. When you're dealing with a drum set, it's like, oh, how do I say this? How do I address this?
I felt so bad.
Damn, dude. I mean, for me, like as far as like my favorite Christmas gifts go, it's kind of hard to say. The one that stands out the most in recent memory is, this is gonna sound like the most normie ass shit. So I just, full disclaimer there. The one that sticks out most to me in recent memory is when I got an iPhone 4S for my birthday or Christmas. But the problem is, like, it wasn't like when it was new. I got it whenever like the iPhone 5 had come out, because my family was always like really slow about, keeping up with technology and stuff. And that was my first smartphone. So I'm like, yes, I finally gotten to kind of sort of the level of other people. It's fucking awesome. I know that there's other gifts I've gotten that were actually more standout-ish and like a good way, but that's the one that's like immediately jumping to my mind, and I hate talking about it because it sounds so freaking like shallow. But there you go.
I think like having like getting the first smartphone, like it's so like different from like a regular phone. It's just it's just kind of experience. I get it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the one that, as far as Christmases that stick out in my memory, like last year, I remember giving my younger brother a his first art tablet. I had gotten that for him, and I just that is my best recent Christmas memory. Just being able to get that for him because I got that when I was around his age too, and being able to like start him off on the same path was just kind of like a. It was really sweet. It was really sweet.
Hmm.
So there you go. I hope I made up for the iPhone shit.
Have you told him what the real money is yet?
What the real money is. He hasn't drawn on it enough for me to be like, hey, by the way, yet. Also, I don't recommend our line of work to most people.
It's like,
But it is a funny concept, though. I mean, hey, it's better than e-begging. I'll fucking take it. I want to start ranting about fucking other things.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
well, I guess I could mention the reason that I'm like, I do agree with the whole gift giving thing is really nice. I do love giving gifts. But as far as like family's concerned, I'm really conflicted on it because in the past, I've often tried, I've never like had money to do stuff with, but I do my best to like get people stuff if I can, but sometimes I just can't. So I try to draw a picture for them since I'm an artist, and that's not something my family has ever appreciated, and it's always left a very sour taste in my mouth. So with giving gifts, that's always nagging at the back of my mind, which I find frustrating.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, dude. I go through the same thing because I'm a fucking poor college student right now. I don't have a ton of money to blow either, but I just try to do the little bits that I can here and there. Like, I came upon that art tablet just because it was gifted to me by someone else, and I like extended it. So like, I know what you mean. Where like you're very tight with what you can spend and what you can buy. You just kind of gotta try to do the best with what you got, and hopefully you don't wind up giving someone a blender or something. Unless they really want a blender or whatever.
I kind of do want a blender.
Blend
As I
things
say
up.
that.
Put a furry in the blender, blend them up.
Oh,
to
yeah.
get
God damn.
something else.
Okay, so what you just said, Trevor, notwithstanding, I did kind of just realize that getting a blender would not be a terrible thing if someone gave it to me.
Yeah, do you make smoothies with that? Like I'm like, there's so many good smoothies you can make with a blender. Like this is like, if you first get a blender, you'll be like, oh, thanks, I guess. I don't know what to use this for, but like once you start using it, it's just like, oh my god, a whole new world is opened.
Yeah, because I have a blender that I use, but it's like the lowest tier ones to the point where like it's not even that strong whenever it comes to grinding things up. So if someone went in and they're like, "Hey, here's like a $50 plus blender," I'd be like, "Okay, this actually is kind of cool, rock and roll." Now I can break ice.
Now you can make slushies.
Yeah, apparently that's a major ingredient in a lot of smoothies too, is ice for whatever reason. But I don't do that because my blender's not strong enough. That's why I need a new blender. I just contradicted myself. I love a blender.
It's like you can put. I actually don't like ice in smoothies. I think milk does the job, but infinitely better. Ice makes it a little too like frozen.
I guess, yeah. I mean, like, if it's summertime, I imagine it's nice because it's, like, even colder. But at wintertime right now, not really, you're right, yeah.
Like, the ice kind of, like, it kind of waters it down a little bit, and you lose some of that fruity goodness.
I guess so, yeah. Speaking of goodness, this is a really loose connection, but do you guys have a favorite Christmas song, or what are your takes on Christmas music in general? Let's get into that shit.
I just listened to a Christmas song that I think is really freaking fun. I forgot about it until it came up in my playlist. Or is
Yeah.
that? It is Fairy Tale of New York. It is such a freaking good song. I love it. It starts out all melancholy, and then it changes to being really upbeat, and it's fun.
I don't know if I've ever heard that one before.
Neither have I.
I feel like if I hear it, I might be like, "Oh, okay," but like, I don't. The name doesn't ring a bell though, so I might have to look. I might have to look that up. Give it.
I know we can't listen to it while we're recording, but I will at least share the link with y'all.
That's awesome. Yeah, I guess when I say Christmas music, you know me, I like to have an excuse to rant and everything. I mainly meant like the copy paste ones that you always hear on the radio.
But I do enjoy those too.
Yeah, like,
See-
I enjoy it. Just before you get into it, because I know you have opinions on it.
yeah. Get in before the train comes in.
I love Christmas music. I love pretty much every kind of Christmas music. It's my favorite kind of music. But be it as common as Jingle Bells or obscure as like fucking some random ass Christmas song that gets played 5 times a year, I love it all.
And before Mal ruins Christmas.
You know who the Grinch is here?
I mean, honestly, I think if there was anyone in this group that matches that description close, more like the most close, it's probably me.
Yeah. I mean, right now I match Vino's description. I'm Vino for December.
So, okay, here's my thing. I used to be like you guys. I still do like the occasional Christmas song, definitely. But what really ruined the Christmas music for me is working retail.
If there's anything that would do it, it's definitely working retail.
I say that because starting at like early November, they start playing Christmas music, and it's fine. But the problem is they only had like 10, 15 different Christmas songs they would cycle between, and that sounds like a decent variety. But when you're working 8-hour shifts almost every single day, and let's just say those same 15 songs quickly seem to be like 10 songs, then 5 songs, then 3 songs, and next thing you know, you just all sounds the same, and you want to tear your hair out because at least when the regular radio's playing, you got like a bunch of classics they'll play, like like fucking Bon Jovi, Van Halen. Sometimes they'll play more poppy stuff like Katy Perry. I know that's Vino's thing.
Good artist.
You know,
Yeah. Go on.
it's funny because like I completely understand, and I do not hold that against you at all for hating it for that reason. I think it's a perfectly good reason to hate Christmas music. But I still
don't hate it. I don't hate it. It's just my tolerance for it is much lower. Like, it's cool for a bit, but then after a short while, I'm like, okay, let's listen to something else. Let's listen to some real music,
Yeah.
So I'm not like a Grinch over here, but at the same time, it's like, okay, Christmas music. It's like, yeah. Okay. I will tell you, as far as like some Christmas songs, though, there are some that I like more than others. Jingle Bell Rock, I actually think that one's okay overall.
Yeah.
Let me think.
Jingle bell, rock.
That one's okay. Yeah. But there's like, okay, let's listen one that I don't like. Last Christmas, the original version, is so irritating to me. Like, I like other renditions of it that artists have done, but
I will make the claim that the best Last Christmas is the Hall & Oates one.
Interesting. You might have to send that to me, because for me, it's just the original, and I don't remember who does it. It's probably some fucking major musician, and people are gonna want to have my throat for it. But
man, give me a few lines from Last Christmas.
Last Christmas, I gave you my heart.
Okay.
Also, I was wrong. It was Wham, not Hall & Oates, who sang it.
Oh yeah, it was Wham. No, I don't like that version. Fucking
Oh no! Oh, get out of here! It's
not my thing, man.
You don't fucks with the Wham.
Not my thing, man.
My heart. It's just like the song "I gave you my heart and you threw it away."
Oh man. It's Christmas time, so I'm not gonna say "fuck you." You're wrong. Instead, I'm just gonna say you're wrong, and I disagree. I disagree.
Hit the polls. We'll do a poll.
To a poll. You don't have confidence in your own opinions, Vino. It's like, oh no. Now I'm doubting my own opinion, so I have to have other people reinforce it for me and tell me that I'm in the right.
Wham is an iconic band with such hits like. They had one song that I can't remember the name of, but they had a song. And Last Christmas.
Oh, okay. So if a band's popular, that automatically means that their music is perfect and amazing in every way.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
They wouldn't be popular otherwise.
Well,
Checkmate, atheist.
There you go. There you go.
But I want to survey the room, since I feel like Christmas I'm going to be on it for a little while. I want to survey the room about the thoughts on "All I Want for Christmas Is You" by Mariah Carey.
Overplayed as fuck.
I love it, but I really love the Toad version.
The Toad version? What?
Oh, you have not heard the Toad version? Oh!
You mean Toad from Mario?
Yeah.
Someone did like a high-pitched version of that.
Dude, it's the entire song.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I
It's
feel like
so freaking funny, especially when he hits the high note at the end. Like, oh my god. There we go. I've got that shared with y'all too.
goddamn.
For the record, I'm a big fan of the song. It's a top 5 for me.
See, there are so many Christmas songs out there that I think are actually pretty good. Like, if I take a step back and I think about it. But the problem is, I've just heard them so many times. Like, especially "All I Want for Christmas Is You." So many times.
Working retail, I feel like that would be like the one they play the most because of how.
Oh yeah, it was. You got it exactly on the money. That was like the #1 song they played, and every time I walked in the store, it was like I heard it, and I'm like, okay, please stop.
Another really like I would consider to be like one of the best. It doesn't feel that Christmassy, honestly, but that's part of the reason it's so good. Is "Carol of the Bells" by Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
Oh yeah.
It's just such a fucking like show. I love it. I really wanted to see it live at one point.
See, that one is fucking great. That is one of the few Christmas songs where I'm like, okay, I'm there for that. I'm there for that. Sign me up.
It follows with this bam. Sounds like it's playing like a Krampus movie and they're trying to kill Krampus.
Yeah, I actually think I've talked about "Carol of the Bells" with you before.
You might have.
Yeah, I think it was this time last year. Yeah, I remember. I didn't remember what the song was called at first. I'm like, oh, what is that song? Then I listened to it. I'm like, oh, that song. It's the cool Christmas song. Got it.
It's probably the coolest Christmas song, I will say, comparatively.
Yeah.
Is that my personal favorite Christmas song is "Sleigh Ride." I don't know how many of you guys are familiar.
I don't. I mean, it's one of those where I probably have heard it, but I don't know the title.
It's like, "It's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you."
Yeah.
Yes, that one's okay. I'm very neutral to that song.
That one, I have a slight bias because like I was in band in high school and we always did a Christmas concert and that was always my favorite song we did because
That is a fun one.
yeah, I always like the wood block clap. That was my favorite part.
The wood.
Oh,
block.
I love the whip snap.
Yeah, that's it.
I love or I should say, it's always annoying when they do different renditions of that song and they try to emphasize parts that shouldn't be.
Yeah.
It's always a lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you. Like, oh, stop.
You got it right the first time. Don't mix up the formula.
Or they're like, our cheeks are nice and rosy and comfy cozy, are we? Like, it just doesn't seem right.
I'm getting mad over here.
Before we leave this song, do you guys have like a least favorite? Like you hate it. Like you can't stand it.
Last Christmas, fuck off.
Yeah, you're hurting me, man.
I'm not even kidding, by the way. I'm not just saying that for like the views. I really, that one just gets on my nerves so much too.
I don't like hippopotamus or two front teeth, but they're still tolerable. The one that I can't stand is, I think it's the Madonna song where she just wants Santa to fuck her.
Santa baby.
And I'm just like, stop. Just keep it to yourself. I don't want to hear this.
Okay, I second that, Trevor. I really don't like Santa baby. That's
No,
another
that's a down there for me too. Yeah. One I never liked, might be a little controversial. I never liked I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus.
Oh yeah.
I've never been a diehard fan of that one, so I don't blame you.
It's like Jackson 5's good, but I was never into that one. That one always annoyed me. I don't know why.
Yeah. Okay, you guys actually did make good points there. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Santa Baby. I'm not a big fan of I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus. So there you go. I can second those.
So for the most part, we agree on songs we don't like.
For the most part, there's a very big elephant in the room, but for the most part.
That elephant is Santa Claus. Have you seen how fat he is?
Okay. Here's one thing we can talk about. Speaking of Santa, when did you guys figure out about the whole Santa thing? About the whole how do I put this? The whole conspiracy.
I think my mother told me I was probably like 12 or 13. I want to say.
Oh my god, I'm so glad you said that age, because I was the same.
Man. See, I wish I was like you guys. I wish I had found out later on, because my parents were never really big about selling the whole Santa thing. I mean, they did do it. They did the whole, oh yeah, there's like the cookie, and oh look, there's a bite. Yeah, the cookie looks like Santa came. That kind of thing. But from a young age, I was already kind of asking questions about like, okay, wait, how does he get inside the house? Like, the main thing I got hung up on as a little 5-6-year-old kid is, okay, how does Santa just know that I've been good or bad? And it got to the point where like my parents were like, oh, he's got like a magic ball that can tell him all the things, and I'm kind of like, and I could tell like based upon the way they were saying it, they really didn't believe it themselves. So I was kind of like, okay, cool. And then I think I kept bugging them about it, and when I was around like 6 or so, they just straight up told me like, yeah, no, it's not. But they did put like a caveat on it. They said, if you tell any other kids that Santa's not real, you're gonna be grounded. I'm not kidding.
Pretty good. I mean, kids like to talk about stuff, so I think it's a disclaimer to put that there.
And let me tell you how good of a kid I was. There was one time when I let slip that Santa wasn't real, and the kid I was talking to just told me, no, he's real. What are you talking about? You're stupid. But then I still told my mom when I got home that I accidentally let slip that Santa wasn't real, and I got put in timeout. That's how good of a kid I was, okay? There's a reason why I have a demon duck avatar now. I'm rebelling against that point in my life.
My rebellion phase came a little late too, Mal.
Oh, goddamn. But no, that was my experience.
So for me, I didn't even find out during Christmas. I found out during Easter.
I think I did too, actually, weirdly enough.
Am I actually the same person? I'm starting to wonder.
Now I have concerns now.
But my parents were worried because I was getting older, and they're like, well, we kind of need to tell them. And I hadn't figured it out yet. I still believed in it pretty hardcore. And one Easter, they forgot to set out the Easter baskets, and I found the Easter baskets in their room when I went to wake them up because I didn't see the Easter baskets there. So I found out then that the Easter Bunny was fake, the Tooth Fairy was fake, Santa wasn't real. It was really disappointing. but it didn't like ruin any of those holidays for me because like yeah, Santa and the Tooth Fairy and the Easter Bunny are, all make believe parts of it, but the holidays themselves are really, really fun. As well as like it's like, oh, we're going from getting gifts to giving them now, as you get older. I don't know. It's still a very fun holiday.
Yeah.
Even with finding that stuff out.
Yeah. With the Tooth Fairy though, that feels like it like naturally runs its course because like once you're out of baby teeth, it's just like, oh well, there's no more teeth to get. Like my parents had never told me the Tooth Fairy was fake. I just kind of learned eventually, but like I stopped having like teeth fall because I had adult teeth, so they were just like, we don't have to give him $1 under his pillow anymore.
Yeah, I was just too smart for my own goddamn good. And that's not like a humble brag. No, I really mean that. Because the same with the Tooth Fairy, I think I just caught my parents putting money under my pillow one time and I was like, well, that's it. Okay, cool. Tooth Fairy's not real. Anyway, move on.
Did you tell them, though? Or did you keep it the facade to get more money?
I don't remember. I mean, eventually they stopped.
That would have been really smart.
I never got a lot from the Tooth Fairy though. I got I think it's another thing that tipped me off because like I'd be like, oh yeah, I got like 50 cents, and some kids are like, man, Tooth Fairy left me $5. I'm like, oh, that's weird. Why is there a discrepancy here?
There's a whole tooth economy you don't know about. You won't understand.
I know. Maybe that was what planted the seed in my head. I really don't remember what it was because I didn't believe in the Tooth Fairy for long. I think I found out when I was like 7 or 8, something like that. You guys had childhoods. I didn't. But yeah, I still enjoyed Christmas a heck of a lot, though. I didn't need some fucking fat man and cookies and elves to have fun with Christmas. It's always been my favorite holiday, and as cheesy as it is, it's always been my favorite time of year too. So
it is fun.
This is always my favorite time you do because I love Christmas, and then like 2 weeks later I have my birthday, so I just get all the celebrating.
Yeah.
See. Go on, sorry.
I just want to say you always have that debate like what's better, Halloween or Christmas, and I love both but I would say I love Christmas more because of I don't know the atmosphere is really fun around Christmas, and I enjoy that a lot. I love Halloween because I get to be super dark and morbid, and everyone's like, "Oh yeah, it's Halloween, it's perfectly fine." And then Christmas is just so happy and I love it.
Yeah, and like Vino, you love Christmas so much. Your icon on Telegram has been Christmas themed all year.
It's true. I put it on. If for all like 5 people I talked to on Telegram, my icon's been Christmas themed since like last Christmas. I completely forgot. I'm just gonna keep it like this. Fuck it. It still is. Anyone who talks to me on Telegram, I started like talking to like completely new people and like March. I didn't even realize. I was probably like, why the fuck does this guy have a Christmas picture? That's the first impression of me.
It's cute though. I'm looking back at it now. It's like Napster's got like a little candy cane in his mouth. Aww.
It's a good one. I was like, I want to get a Christmas picture this year, and then last year, and then this year I used a very old one. This is just the picture I have like from like my Twitter, my Discord picture. Like this is like 4 years old. Like the artist who does it doesn't even draw furry stuff anymore.
Oh wow!
It's very old. Yeah, I am getting a new one though. I commissioned it yesterday at the time of recording this.
Hey.
And I want to get more because I want to do stuff with her and probably write a ditty or two.
That makes me sad that they don't do furry stuff anymore.
You're gonna do it. You're gonna do a ditty with the pretty kitty.
I want to phrase it like that.
It rhymes, so it must be true.
Yeah, I want to write like I have ideas because I mean. We all know what we do. We do transfers and stuff. The whole gimmick is an enchanted mistletoe kind of deal. And changes depending on if the person who gets kissed is naughty or nice.
Oh, I like that. That's fun.
My Christmas is not complete until I see a reindeer transform into a candy cane.
It's like
Well,
super.
I did just get my mouse turned into a reindeer, so we're halfway there.
There you go.
We're
There
getting
you
there.
go.
That's half the
Uh,
battle.
One thing I want to hit on in this special that we're doing for sure, though, is specials. So,
Ooh, yes,
out
yes,
of all the
yes.
Christmas specials you saw, did you have ones you liked, ones you didn't like? Give me the skinny, or whatever the fuck you say.
Okay, so my favorite Christmas special by a honestly a pretty big long shot is Olive the Other Reindeer. I watched that one day on like Cartoon Network when like they like first premiered it, and like every year after, I still to this day watch Olive the Other Reindeer. I fucks with Olive.
It sounds
I don't,
familiar, but I don't know. I'd have to see it.
I don't like that sentence. I fucks with Olive.
It was like about like a dog named Olive who like became a reindeer to help Santa, and there was like an evil mailman who wanted to stop him, and he had a penguin
Oh,
best
I know.
friend.
I've talked about this with Vino before. I've read the children's book, but I didn't even know it was a Christmas special until Vino told me that
I
the
was the
anime.
opposite, by the way. I didn't know it was a book until he told me it was.
Yeah, I
That's
read
funny.
the OG version because it was a book first.
No, we don't know if the books is better than the movie because we've not seen the other one.
Yeah, it's true. I imagine the movie's better than the book because it probably fleshes stuff out more. It's
I
like a
would
simple
imagine.
little children's book.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what happens in the book, to be honest, so I can't even like flex about that.
But I'm excited for that to play so I can watch again. I always watch that and the Charlie Brown Christmas special. Those are my main two.
That's a solid one. For me, my favorite, hands down, is A Christmas Story. That's
Hmm.
for me. It's like there's all of the Christmas movies, and then there's A Christmas Story, like, and it's a league of its own completely.
Hmm.
Oddly enough, the animated ones haven't ever done like a ton for me. I like the Rudolph one a lot. I really like Santa Claus is Coming to Town.
Speak,
Everyone always talks about Rudolph, but I think I actually prefer that one.
speaking of that, that is my favorite Christmas special. Santa Claus is coming to town. I freaking love that one so much.
That's a really good one. That's probably in like my top three, honestly.
I've never seen either of those. I gotta come clean.
Put
You haven't seen
one
Rudolph?
foot in
Oh,
front
Rudolph! I've
of
seen
the
Rudolph.
other,
Okay.
and soon
Uh,
you'll be walking across the floor.
I love
It's
that
so
one.
good.
That literally will still get stuck in my head at random points throughout the year for no reason.
Mm.
Even as an adult, it's weird as fuck. But yeah, A Christmas Story. I like that one a lot. One that I do not like, and this might make some people mad.
Ooh.
Oh,
But Frosty the Snowman can die in a fire.
Oh.
There, I said it.
but Frosty, he helped the kids. Wait, no, the kids helped him to the North Pole, and then he came back in a sequel where the adults had hairspray that was melting snow, and he got freezer burn.
Also, he was voiced by John Goodman in that one.
Was
Yeah,
I
he
didn't actually
was.
know that. I don't know why that's so funny to me.
Yeah, he was. And there was technically one in between that was like they had like a Jack Frost character in it, and Frosty gets married and shit. And I saw that one like twice. But like, I don't know, man. Like the kids in that movie are just so fucking irritating. Like every one of them has a punchable face. Every one of them.
Yeah, we know that. I mean,
Are you gonna deny? Are you gonna deny that? You guys aren't denying that.
I haven't seen it enough to really confirm or deny, but I can't argue against that.
I don't know. That special has just always irritated me. Even though like the art style, I actually do like it a decent amount. Like aesthetically, I do, but just as an overall package, I'm like, can we watch literally any other Christmas special? Okay, does anyone have a vitriolic hatred for any other Christmas special? Going once, going twice.
I
Wait,
really do.
I have to think.
I don't have any special like I like hate with a passion. Like I just like I'm neutral on a lot of them.
Yeah.
I love it or I'm neutral. There's none I really like. I never like Grandma got run over by a reindeer that much, but I just
I never saw. Oh yeah. Oh no, I didn't see that one, but I saw people review that one, and it looks bad.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think I really hate any that come to mind.
Ah man, well, come on! I feel like I'm the only guy here who's actually complaining. Maybe I really am a trademark the Grinch or whatever the fuck.
Which version of the Grinch? So animated, Jim Carrey. Which Grinch are we talking?
Okay. I never liked the original. I mean, as a kid, I thought it was okay. I guess okay.
Oh man,
Just-
I'm so right there with you. I agree.
Yeah,
Like Jim Carrey's Grinch is practically the only one because I actually like it. I don't like the original.
yeah. I haven't seen the Jim Carrey version a lot either. I've seen, I think, bits and pieces of the movie. I haven't ever sat down and watched the whole thing, but I have liked what I've seen. I can tell you that much.
Did you see the new one that I think Illumination did?
Yeah,
They
I
did.
did. I didn't see it, and I really don't plan to.
I was just curious anyway because I don't know if that's good or bad. I haven't seen it either.
It's
I haven't
really
seen it,
long.
and I don't hate. Oh, like their Illumination makes films that I actually do like, but I really just didn't have a desire to see that one.
Well, I'm pretty much in your same boat.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those where I'm sure it's fine, but it's probably going to be like everything else that Illumination makes, where it's like it's just fine. That's
Yeah.
pretty much my takeaway with what like their movies is like. Yep, they're okay, they're all right.
Yeah, like they have
Yeah.
their moments, but I'm not
Defenders.
gonna say like they're like a fan. Like they hit it out of the park every time.
Like, I don't really understand why people complain about Illumination. The biggest complaints I've heard about Illumination is that they cut corners where they can to save money. And I understand why that's frustrating from a creative standpoint. I don't even disagree that that maybe a company should take risk and put passion into what it does. But I don't know. Their movies have been okay, and it's been a lot better than like freaking DreamWorks,
Yeah.
where they used to make good movies, and now they'll make a good movie every now and then, but mostly they just make meme movies.
Pretty much, yeah. It's just like fucking. They like go too hard on their IPs. Like they do like too many sequels. It's like okay, calm down. Like there's like 5 Shrek movies. There's a shit ton of Kung Fu Panda movies. Like slow down a little bit.
And it's like freaking remember El Dorado
Yes.
and the Prince of Egypt and that stuff. That was like really good.
Yeah, like something happened at DreamWorks. They like flicked the switch and they just they flipped on the other side. It's just like okay, we're gonna start making good movies now.
Yeah.
It's like sometimes a few good ones come through here and there, but for the most part, it's just like I wish you would do something else.
Yeah. No, I agree. Like, even some of their silly movies I really like Megamind. I think Megamind's a really good movie, and I've rewatched that with a friend, and we can point out some stuff that's actually really good attention to detail in that movie.
Oh, really?
Like, so, y'all both seen Megamind, right?
Yeah. Oh, you haven't? Damn it.
It's so good. Well,
I do want to though.
so there's a scene where at the beginning where the reporter girl she gets kidnapped, and Minion had driven up in his invisible car to kidnap her. And when the camera shifts, you see a bunch of people in the background all knocked over because he like plowed through them with the car. Megamind has his little wristwatch that allows him to turn into different people. The only thing it doesn't change is their eye color. So if you notice someone's eye color is off, it's because they're transformed. Like the warden has blue eyes, but there's a part where Minion is pretending to be him at the end, and he has brown eyes. And there is only one scene where that continuity doesn't happen, and it's when Minion is Megamind at the end. And the only reason I think they didn't do it there is because Megamind's eyes are so big and so in focus, it would have been immediately noticeable.
Yeah. Okay, I see. That's a really cool attention to detail, though. I didn't even realize that.
And one other thing that we noticed, Minion is always forgetting like where the secret entrance is to the lair. So he put out like a mat that said secret lair. So he would remember where the entrance was. And it's how the reporter finds out where Megamind's hiding.
Oh,
But
yeah,
that saves
right.
Megamind's life later when he has that giant robot and his like new superhero that he made is about to kill him. He looks around at the
Spoilers.
control panel and he sees a note that Minion left that said emergency button.
That's funny. I didn't even make that connection before. That's fascinating.
Mhm.
Sorry, Vino. You got like a lot of it. You didn't get all of it, but you got parts of it spoiled.
Yeah, no man. I mean, can you be mad about spoilers for like a 15-year-old movie?
Yeah. But I
think-
would recommend you watch it, Vino. if
I do
ever
want
get-
Yeah.
to. For sure. Like,
It
it's
is
one of those
good.
movies you want to watch.
It's very good. It's not Christmassy, so we can't talk about it anymore.
So I do want to. Before we get too away from Christmas movies, I want to ask because this is a controversial topic apparently. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
Oh boy, here we fucking go. It's
I,
whatever the
never,
fucking
I literally can't comment on this because I've never seen it.
look. It's whatever the fuck you want it to be. My takeaway is like, if you like, okay, it's gonna sound like I'm taking a side. I'm like, if you want to believe it's a Christmas movie, then you can believe it's a Christmas movie. If you don't want to, that's fine. I'm like right in the fucking middle. I don't care. It's a stupid argument. I'm exhausted.
I don't have a real opinion on it. I wanted to know the room's opinion on it.
I have
Dang
no
it.
idea.
It's
So
pretty
basically, we
much-
have two people who say I don't know, and we have one person who says I don't fucking care.
It's pretty much because it takes place during Christmas, but there's nothing really Christmassy about it.
There's not much else I can really add except stop having the argument. It's stupid. Let people believe what they want to believe.
If you want to watch a Christmas movie, watch Jingle All the Way with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh man, I gotta sit down and actually watch that one.
You haven't seen it?
I've seen clips of it. I know the big lines from the movie, like "Put that cookie down." Like I know the funny bits, but I haven't seen it all the way through myself.
Put the cookie down! No!
I love you. I love Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's one of my favorite actors because his movies are either brainless action movies or they're just so ridiculous you can't help but laugh at them. Like there's just like Kindergarten Cop, fucking Jingle All the Way. There's like his like children movies are like so funny. He just feels so out of place in them.
So I've never seen Sinbad the comedian in anything except for Jingle All the Way, but I thought he was funny in that.
But I always forget Sinbad was in that movie.
The freaking postman killed Postal.
Can we just all watch Jingle All the Way one day?
We should. That would be great.
I think that would be the perfect movie to do something like that with.
It's a nice quality movie now, Jingle All the Way.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's any other Christmas movies I can commentate on. I mean, I've seen like The Little Drummer Boy, and my takeaway is that it's pretty boring.
Yeah, no, that is my exact take on that movie. It's freaking boring.
I never
Yeah,
watched it, so I don't have an opinion.
Yeah, it kind of puts you to sleep. I'm trying to think if like there's any other ones. I like some of the Christmas specials that that like other shows will have. Like I love the Invader Zim Christmas special a lot.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that one.
That was I think I wanted to
Jolly
mention.
Good.
I wanted to ask though, like Christmas specials or like TV shows you guys really liked.
Yeah, I think honestly, like, yeah, I think the best Christmas specials I've seen come from like TV shows that aren't Christmas related. That's a good way of putting it.
Huh.
I always liked one of my favorites was the episode of Community where it's like it's like a claymation sing along. It's kind of like a parody of.
That's fucking weird, dude. I was literally just about to mention Community and then you said it.
I thought that one was really well done.
It's a
Yeah,
Christmas miracle.
Yeah, that one's up there for me too. I think they did like a few Christmas specials.
They did. I think they
too.
have like one like I think there was like 2 or 3 of them. I think yeah.
Yeah, but the claymation one with Abed is
Yeah.
probably the best
I think
one.
it's called like Abed's
Um,
Uncontrollable Christmas. For people who want to look it up. Something like that.
Yeah, that's probably one of the best ones. I'm trying to think. I know there are other shows that have had good Christmas specials, but I mean, no, The Office has a really good one. I think it's like it has to do with like a doll or something, and I think like Toby's trying to get like a certain doll for his kid, and like he doesn't wind up getting it because he gets fucked over because he's Toby or something like that happens. But yeah, that one was pretty good. I know there are so many out there, but like I just can't remember them off of my head. It's sad.
Yeah. Not the Christmas. The Simpsons was like the first Simpsons one was good. I think that was like the pilot, wasn't it?
Really?
Like it was one of, like the first. It's one like it's Santa's Little Helper. I think that's the first episode.
Really?
I might be
I mean,
misremembering.
Oh, you know,
Barely.
I think you're right because I've never seen The Simpsons, and I like tried to watch it
Hmm.
within the last year, and I remember that being the first episode. I'm like, this is really the first episode. It's a Christmas special.
Because like technically speaking, the first episode they were short on like some like sketch comedy show, but then it became its full thing. But like I think as a pilot, I think that was the first episode.
Hmm.
Interesting. Yeah, I've barely seen The Simpsons either. I've seen like maybe a collective of 5 episodes, and the rest are just like, It's one of those shows that just seems fine to me. Not like, oh my god, I have to watch this right now. Kind of good, you know.
It's I feel like Sims. It's so dependent on what season you watch, like because they're so varying in quality. Like some of them, like I'll watch this day and I'll still laugh at. Like even though like I've heard all the jokes, like I'll still laugh at it. Like season 4 episodes, those are the. That's the season to watch if you watch a season.
Yeah, I'll make a note of that. In fact, I'm gonna do that right now because if I don't, I will forget about it. But yeah, I always wondered why the dog was named Santa's Little Helper, and well, there you go.
Yeah, I forget the exact reason they named it, but that was where it came from. Yeah.
Yeah, but if the first episode was a Christmas episode, then yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Which is a weird way to start your series, I will say.
Yeah. So we kind of started opening with this, and I want to delve into it a little more. What are you guys' Christmas celebrations like? Do you spread it out over multiple days? Do you have any like weird traditions you do? Anything that like really stands out? You think?
Tamales are a big one. Like you make tamales like the week before, and that's all you eat for like until the next year because you can make so fucking many of so many leftover. So like mine, like Christmas Eve, I go to my dad's side, which is my Mexican side, and like we'll celebrate there, eat, party. Usually, like, cause they live in like this kind of like in that it's like open apartment complex. You know what I'm talking about? There's like you walk in, there's like a big courtyard, and then there's all the complexes to the side.
Yeah.
So they live in that. Everyone kind of comes out and like they blast Christmas music. Everyone's partying, the dancing, the drinking. And then, like, come 9 o'clock, sometimes midnight, just depending. That's when, like, the kids open the presents. And then the next day, I'll do Christmas with my mom's side, which is kind of just a regular Christmas. Open gifts, eat food, and then go home.
Yeah, mine is like that. That it's spread out over multiple days, but my family's Italian, so we don't have ham or turkey for Christmas, or we do, but that's like Christmas Day. For Christmas Eve, we have lasagna, we have cannoli, we have like a fuck ton of Italian cookies. It's fantastic. The best part of that celebration is always the food, because my family's always like, and I'm helping out too, but we're always like, slaving away in the kitchen, getting all this stuff together the day before, and it's a lot of fun, honestly, and it's freaking worth it. So
food is so good. I love it.
I know. Hashtag food 2020.
2020.
But there's that. My Christmas Day celebration is a lot more conventional. We do have ham and turkey, that kind of thing, and that's when my mom's side comes over and all that stuff. So and then presents are also split out over that too. Like I opened up presents on my dad's side Christmas Eve, mom's side Christmas Day. So it's like Christmas is split up over 2 days, and sometimes a third if we celebrate it on New Year's Eve too. So it's weird.
What are you trying?
So we meet with my dad's side of the family before Christmas. I'm not even sure if we have a set day. We might, and I'm just really bad at keeping up with stuff. But we meet like over at my aunt's house, and the younger kids get presents, which means that I don't anymore. Really, I think I'll get something from my aunt. It'll be like money or a card or something. But she used to have a big house, so we would go over, eat dinner, do the presents, and then they would read like a thing from the Bible about, Jesus being born in a manger. It was the worst part of it. It was the most boring part. You just had to sit there and listen to scriptures, and it wasn't Sunday. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
So was this in church, or did you do this at home?
We did it at my aunt's house.
Oh, okay, interesting. I actually haven't heard of that being done like within the house. I've heard of people like going off to church on like Christmas Day, Christmas Eve, whatever. But that's interesting.
Well, I mean, my family's all religious and everything, so that's just like something they did. But it was just so boring to sit through because I had to like do that every Sunday. And I don't know if any of y'all have read the scriptures, but they were extremely hard to read and focus on.
Yeah, it depends on the version of the Bible you're reading, but yes, certainly it's not exactly something that I think a kid would find all that interest in.
It is so meandering in how it's delivered. It could be like someone getting gored or having their head cut off, and it's delivered in the most boring way possible that you just almost cannot pay attention to any of it. Anyway, I'm getting away from the topic. When she had the bigger house, me and my sister could always escape upstairs and get away from everyone because we don't like being around people. And now she has a really tiny house and we can't do that. We just have to sit there. And then on Christmas Day, we'll usually go over to my grandma's house, which is on my mom's side. And we'll have food over there, and we'll do a Christmas exchange where they have like a secret Santa thing they try and do each year where you pull a name and it's like, oh, so-and-so got this person, so you get a gift for them. I think last year they did it a little differently, and they had, it was that rotating Christmas gift game where you pass the Christmas gift.
Oh, yeah. It's called Dirty Santa, I think, because it went out one time.
That was an elephant.
Yeah, White Elephant is when you buy. White Elephant is when you buy random gifts, like random goofy gifts for people, and like you draw like a random name out of a hat, and you get assigned a person, and they don't know who picked. It's a lot more friendly. Dirty Santa is like everyone pulls a number out of a hat, and that is the order that they get to draw a present from the table, and you can steal a present from someone else, like that. That kind of thing. Yeah.
Gotcha.
It was fun. I actually made out good last year. My family is all big into like hunting and stuff like that, so they have stuff like knives and like camo hats and whatnot. And so I picked a present and got like, it was like a canteen or a hat or something, and someone took it for me, and I ended up just I stole money from two people and made out with $50 from it. So I'm like, yeah,
Holy,
that's pretty perfect for me.
holy
That's exactly
crap.
I'm okay with that.
Dang, you guys got money and your exchanges. For mine, it's like it's always like a max of 20 or something. That's like the cutoff. No, you made out like a bandit, dude.
Well, that's the thing though. Like, I didn't just. I think that No, what happened?
You stole from
No, I
multiple
know I
people.
got like $50 or something from it, but I made out good.
Yeah, my Dirty Santa game, like last year, I remember feeling really proud of myself, being like, "Oh man, I made out like a fucking bandit here. I get a Bluetooth speaker," and then I tried
Okay.
using. And then I've tried using it, and I'm like, "Oh, this is like a $15 Bluetooth speaker, so it's not very good." So I wound up selling it online, and I made like a $3 profit. That was my Christmas.
Oh,
I haven't done like the Dirty Santa, but when me and my friends started doing about 2 years ago, it's like this little thing like we do Secret Santa, but it's City Secret Santa. So we get whoever name we get like something that like they would never want. So like one year, my friend got another friend who doesn't have a computer. He bought him Overwatch for the PC because he'd never be able to play it. Another year, because all my fan groups in the Star Wars, but I don't like Ray as a character, and he got me Ray's staff from the movies, which is still in my car, by the way.
oh.
I have another one that was a good one. Was my one of ironically the one who got me the Ray staff. We got my game again the next year, and he gave me a black trench coat, a katana sword, and a fedora. I have the picture of me somewhere. I think he says a picture of me wearing it all.
Look, Vino, you gotta wear that as a Halloween costume for something.
And also the like jacket did not fit. Well, it was like a kid's outfit. I had to like squeeze into it.
Oh.
Then you gotta wear that for a Halloween costume, and then just put like a sticker on your hat that says "ironic" in Comic Sans.
Comic Sans. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know if doing it this year, but hopefully. But it's just a fun thing I do with my friends in real life. It's a neat little thing because we don't want to spend like a lot of money, but we'll give them like just goofy gifts. I got one of my friends. I went to a Goodwill. I got him a golf club, a Corona shirt, and a sign that said "My wife left me." Gave him the retirement starter kit, as we called it.
My friends, we kind of do that. We don't have like a formal arrangement like you guys do. It's kind of like if we want to get each other something, we do. Like one of my friends, I think we had like made a joke about it at some point, like earlier in the year. I didn't even remember it at the time. My friend just got me iCarly for the Wii. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? And he's like, oh yeah, we had like that one funny conversation last like past year. Don't you remember? I'm like, no, I don't. Why did you get me this? He's like, it's funny, right? I'm like, thanks.
It's funny, right?
And then I think he got me like some pin. I don't remember, but like I can't complain because I didn't get anyone anything or my friends anything that year. So I got what I paid for.
Yeah.
But hearing the shit you do though, Vino, makes me want to set up like an arrangement with my friends, being like, okay, guys, let's actually get down to business and get each other some cool shit this year, or some maybe not cool shit, but like some actual shit. Let's arrange something, you know. I gotta take charge.
Yeah, it's a fun. It wasn't my idea. Like a friend bought them. I was like, yeah, it's a ton of fun to do. Like it's fun to have those little traditions, you know. Just keep the gang together.
Yeah. I
I wish I had more.
Go on.
I wish I had more money to do that with like my friends, but like I've already bought some presents for like my family and friends. I'm like, man, this is bankrupting me right now.
Yeah, if it helps, we usually, like my group of friends, we usually do something like it's very cheap stuff. Like example, iCarly on the Wii, he got it like a bargain bin for $5, you know.
Like, I think my friend group we have like a limit of like I think you can't spend more than $25.
Yeah,
just keep it nice and cheap, and it encourages buying purpose. Like it encourages poor item purchase.
I've actually So there's a friend, and he likes buying gifts, but he hates it when you give him a gift.
Mm.
And he's like, no, why did you do that? Like, because I wanted to. He's like, no, you suck. I hate you. Like, he loves the gift, but like,
Yeah.
he has a hard time accepting them.
Mm.
I cannot wait for Christmas. I bought him one game recently, but I bought him 2 games that's coming in for Christmas. And it's gonna be so funny when he finds out.
He's gonna be insisting that you don't give it to him, but
Oh
it's
yeah.
Oh,
I
man.
cannot wait.
Yeah, you gotta be able to send the love out to people and then take some love in yourself.
Hmm.
Don't read far into that. Just take it at face value. What a lovely note to potentially end on.
Because I don't think there's any more Christmas topics. We went to traditions, movies, specials, songs.
Oh, I was good to keep going.
I was gonna keep
You got
going,
more
but
stories?
Well, just since it's the Christmas episode, I mean,
Yeah,
we don't have to though. I know people have stuff to do.
I don't.
I feel like see, here's the thing. I ranted about Christmas music. I ranted about Frosty the Snowman. I got like all the evil energy out. Then I talked about like, my family celebration. I talked about the things I liked about Christmas. I feel like I've come full circle and done like the full cycle, as it were. So I'm like I'm like at peace. I've reached
It's like
I've
a
reached
own version
nirvana.
of Scrooge.
Yeah. Look, I can't help but get that stigma because my character's a fucking demon duck.
It's okay. Corruption is fun.
Yeah. Because you guys are like, look, it's a friendly, smiling snow leopard who may or may not be changed into a girl at this moment. Or hey, look, it's a friendly, smiling mouse with a cute blue hat. It's great, But for me, it's like, oh, look, I'm a fucking demon duck. I transform people against their will. Oh, fear me.
You got a nice smile.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. That comment made my Christmas. Thank you so much, Bud.
For Christmas, we gave you this episode.
I love
There you go. And much like, how gift giving usually goes, we expect to receive something in return. So I'm going to send you my P.O. box. And if I don't get anything in the next month, then this is the last episode. Bye, everybody.
Yeah, until the New Year's episode.
I'm going to send you my Amazon wish list. Pay up, fuckers. But no, hey, Merry Christmas, everybody. Or I guess early Christmas, considering the date this comes out. And Happy New Year, all that lovely ding-dong shit.
We'll see you next time for the New Year's podcast.
It's true. So, that was the Christmas special, holiday special.
I just said that.
We didn't say with the music.
Not fair.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Happy holidays. Give gifts. Get gifts. Eat cookies. Watch Christmas specials.
And put that stocking back over the fireplace.
You only get one thing out of it. You got more than one, we're gonna have an issue. That was your early gifts. And don't forget to tip your waitress and waiter.
That outro was way too long.
You're way too long. It's supposed to be a joyous outro. We're coming in here. I'm gonna slowly fade out the music by holding down the button on my phone.
Stop talking, don't ruin the
I'm trying to find the button. Where is it?